We put so much pressure on ourselves to act like we have it all together, even when we're struggling underneath. We don't express what we really want or think or feel because we're afraid we'll be too much or not enough. So we silence ourselves and we hide who we really are. Do you ever feel like that? I do. I've always been an overachiever, a straight-A student, the good girl. I carried that pressure with me into adulthood, and a few years ago, I got the ultimate recognition in my field. I was named the #1 health promotion professional in the United States. I had made it. But now I really had to have it all together. I couldn't show any weakness or insecurity. I had to keep being the best because that's what everybody expected me to do. And then I had a dream that I was drowning. It was one of those here's your sign moments, but I ignored it and kept pushing through because that's what I do. A few months later, I was diagnosed with an acute form of mono. I completely lost my voice. I felt hopeless, exhausted, and alone. I had burned out at the age of 32. But the sickness woke me up. It made me realize how disconnected I was in my relationships and how unhappy and unfulfilled I was in my life. I was accomplished, but I felt lonely. And I know I'm not the only one. We think we have to have the HGTV house and the perfectly plated meal and buns of steel and happy marriages and well-behaved children and a successful and impressive career. It's exhausting, isn't it? Underneath all of our striving and achieving, what we want more than anything is acceptance, belonging, and love. But we're so afraid of rejection that we silence ourselves and we don't ask for what we want most. Self-silencing has a ripple effect across every area of our lives. It leads to loneliness, depression, marital problems, irritable bowel syndrome, eating disorders, low self-esteem, even early death. You don't have to stay silent. We can choose to use our voices. I was leading a training at a global consulting firm about beating burnout. A few days after the session, one of the attendees reached out to me to say she'd already made a huge change in her life. She said traveling for work was taking a toll on her as a single mom, and she wasn't able to give her family her best. But she found the courage to go to her boss and to ask for a change in her role so that she could be home more with her family. After that conversation, she said, "Rachel, I slept better last night than I have in a year." We don't have to stay trapped in the lie that our worthiness depends on our impressiveness. We can choose to be brave and to speak up and to ask for what we need and want. We can show up more intentionally and have more authentic and meaningful relationships. And we can learn to redefine success beyond achievement. It's time. It's time to give ourselves permission to expand and to be seen and heard for all that we are. To stop silencing ourselves and to unmute our voices and our lives.